Welcome. Tonight's program, we have a very special guest with us. It's Shauna McMillan and her son Gavin. And tonight we're going to talk about the formation of a very exciting movement of the people, and it's called Friendly Neighbors. And I got involved a I don't know, about a month ago, just being at the Dollar General, and the girl who was the checkout lady I know, and I was just talking to her, how you doing? And she had been going through some difficult times, and she happened in conversation to bring up this group that she's part of called Friendly Neighbors. And I said, well, tell me more about it. And she said, oh, it's just like growing by leaps and bounds, and people are helping people. And I was like, okay, really? Around here? And she said, yeah. So she told me about the Facebook group. I, you know, signed up and I was welcomed on board. Uh, Myself, I am the associate broker at Hewitt Real Estate in New Florence, Pennsylvania. So I was excited to get involved in this group because ever since the school closed up there in Bolivar, the Laurel Valley School, there's been I don't know, sort of a sadness that I've seen, and even property values have gone down, the morale has gone down. There's businesses have closed. The Catholic Church up in New Florence closed. The church hall was sold. So it's and it has an effect. There's a number of elderly people in the community, and they're seeing the young people move away, and so it's a community that really needs some reason to get excited again. So that's why you at Real Estate opened up in New Florence. It seems like, well, why would you open a real estate company in a place that is, real estate slow right now? And it doesn't make much sense, really, from a economic perspective, but from the trying to build a community, it makes all the sense in the world. And so all of a sudden, now we find out about Friendly Neighbors and what they're doing. And I was just really impressed. So I'd like to introduce Shauna McMillan and ask you, Shauna, to share uh, what is Friendly Neighbors, how did it start, who you are, who this guy is right next to you, and just give us a little overview of the organization.
Okay. My name is Shauna. I'm the founder of the Friendly Neighbors Group. I started it in February of 2012, believe it or not, during prayer and brainstorming on paper. I was at my lowest point in my life, and I just decided I'm going to start listening to that voice that I always ignored. And I started listening to the voice, and the voice said, grab a pen and paper and keep praying. Next thing I know, I looked down, Friendly Neighbors across the top. It said shovel snow for people, things like that. It just had these random everyday tasks that we take for granted a lot of people can't do. And it gave me a list. I just started knocking one off after another, and it caught on from there. And we had to make a Facebook page as a hub to connect people in need with people who wanted to help, because it got kind of out of hand with my phone. And this is my son Gavin. How old are you? 12. He's 12 years old. He goes to United High School. Don't you? Are you in junior high? Yes. They joined. What? It's a joint high school and junior high. Anyway, Gavin has been through quite a bit in his life. He has a permanent physical disability of his left leg here. So sometimes it gives him pain, but most of the time, he's okay with it, huh? This is still part of you, right? Yeah. You getting nervous? Maybe. But he's not a victim, he's a survivor, right? Maybe. So that's a big thing that we want to do with the former Laurel Valley High School. We would like to get that high school to help people turn it into a charity center. We'd like to do a lot with special needs children. There are so many. What did we hear today? Over 20% of the area has the children have some sort of a special need. That just blows my mind.
In this school district, the Ligonier Valley School District.
And how many kids is that? I
Uh,
mean, would you know? I mean,
I don't
are you
know.
talking? Is it like? In my opinion, when I see the
Mhm.
buses roll, you guys got to have well over 3,000 kids in this area.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's that high. The superintendent of the schools who we met with today,
Mm-hmm.
she told us that the elementary school that is still open there at the facility, um, the enrollment is up. And I think she said something like close to 25 to 28 kids per class in each classroom. So I'm not sure. I mean, it's not the most baby booming area, let's put it that way, but there's certainly a number of children here and young people, and so according to the demographics, which I'm not prepared, to give you numbers tonight, but it's very easy to find.
Right. And again, the reason I'm just asking, just to put
Mhm.
the area you're dealing with, the number of that 20%. What is the real number? Because that's what they know about.
Right.
How many other people are out there that need need this to
Exactly.
happen?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the reason. It's your base. It's only gonna get higher.
Yes, that's a large percentage, especially in our area, to have nothing there. There's just nothing there. Houses are empty and people have moved away because of a lot of the tension in the area. And we want to end that. We want to be able to make a change down there and have people, be kind to one another. They're under this cloud of depression right now. It's amazing. You know, it's just they just don't know where to turn, and we want to change that. Like all those songs we just sang, I almost cried on every one because that's exactly what we do. It's about showing kindness and helping them up. We do clothing donations, canned food donations, and that just started out of my house. I was collecting food and clothes and getting it to people who needed it, and it went from we had 300 and some members in August to now we have what 1,400 and some right now. In like when was August? 6, 7 months ago.
Pretty much.
So these are people that are actually helping someone else, or
Mhm.
these are people who are recipients as well?
Most of the time, believe it or not, both. The same people that need are the same people that give. We just
Paying
give
it forward.
something else. Yeah, that's what it is. It's perpetuating the cycle. It's amazing how most of them are both.
Can you share a couple stories of people who have been helped so far?
I delivered 2 boxes of cereal to somebody who just cried and hugged me. That was probably the most sentimental one I've ever been to.
Just 2 like boxes of
2
Cheerios.
boxes of cereal.
Okay.
I got the message that these people, they needed some help, and I grabbed what I had there and went to their house and dropped it off. And then another one was one actually in Johnstown area. I was actually doing a pickup. I was picking up donations from the mom, and the child was, I would say, about 3 years old, and he ran back in the house to get a toy to give me to donate. That was pretty awesome.
So right now you're just not. It's not anything real formal. It's just informally people letting you know they have a need, and via the website, on Facebook, Friendly Neighbors, other people will respond and say, I can help you. I did notice one lady was having trouble with her heat, and someone volunteered to come and help her out. I saw that.
Yes, that was in Clyde. There was a woman that actually twice she had problems with her furnace, that she had no heat, and we took space heaters to her. one time in a blizzard.
Yeah, this winter has been
The
really.
space heaters were donated.
Those are actually mine. I helped her out. I took the space heaters
So,
out.
but the furnace is still in disrepair, correct?
Well, she had it fixed and then returned them to me, and then it was like a month or a month and a half later. There was something else. There was another issue,
Okay.
and I took them back up to her. And I said, as long as you need them.
So if someone wants to help on that level, just get involved in finding local needs and how could they do that?
Go to the Facebook page, search Friendly Neighbors in the search bar.
Okay, and then they would ask to be accepted onto the.
Yes, it'll ask, it'll say join, I believe, is what you click on, and then it'll send a message to me to approve it or remove it.
Do you have other means to communicate? Like in my situation, I'm under security. I can't use Facebook. Is there another avenue that, like at your real estate office, that we can go to your website and just say, hey, we're out here. We see it. We can look at you, but we can't communicate to you. I mean,
Yes.
Is there another avenue to where we can, if we see something, we might address it to you at your office and that you can communicate that?
Yes, certainly you at Real Estate, right?
Right.
213 Ligonier Street. Anytime you want to stop in and say hello, give us your email address, phone number, and just let us know what you're able to help with. And then when we see a need, because we can be on Facebook, say,
Right.
hey, I can call so and so because he can.
And we can look at Facebook. We just can't cross the threshold of being part of the community. And so I don't know if you have what is known as open. We can see what you've got going on, but then we would send an email to you saying, hey, we might be able to do some good here.
Yeah, we also have an email address.
Oh, you do? Okay, great. Okay, good.
So you're helping people, okay? And what is your ultimate goal in regards to, I know the school, a lot of people are very concerned and interested, when they hear the talk about the school. What would you like to see happen there at the school?
I would like to see the spirit of paying it forward happening in many different ways. There's as many ideas as there are stars in the sky. Blood drives, theater, performing arts, just ways to foster children, mainly children. It's for adults, for children, all ages, but I'd really like to see the children be shown kindness and to learn how to convey that to other people in the community.
So like a community center is what you want to develop with an emphasis on young people and children having places for them to go and learn, whether it's, say, someone in theater arts that would volunteer their time to organize a group. As you were talking, I was thinking of the community center in Stallstown, because they have a food, I don't know if they have a food bank or not, but they have a clothing place, and they have auctions, and they have dinners in this building, and it seems, it's one of those, a lot of people from the churches up here in Ligonier go down and volunteer at the community center, to sell their different flea markets and things. And it's pretty active in the Stallstown community. I don't know if it has a focus on young people or not. I don't think they do anything like that. So I think a lot of seniors. But here at Holy Trinity, we have community service. And see, it does a lot of that stuff. It provides, feed for people that, have problems. It provides, pays a bill if somebody doesn't have the money to pay a bill. Provides the food baskets. It may provide emergency food and emergency clothing. I mean, Father said that Holy Trinity spends more money than Catholic Charities and charity work here in the valley. So we do a lot of that here out of Holy Trinity. And that doesn't mean we couldn't do more, in terms of personal involvement. It's one thing to send a church $1,000 check, but it's another one to go out and help someone in need.
Mm-hmm. Now you had just brought up a flea market. You want to tell everybody about the traders market that's going to help Friendly Neighbors?
Yes, the Newfoundland Traders Market we're working on. It is on Saturdays and Sundays, May through September. Saturdays 9 to 5 and Sundays 12 to 5. And it's basically going to be a place of community, vendors, live music, family atmosphere to bring everybody together. And
Where is that?
on the Hewitt Real Estate grounds in New Florence.
Is it outdoors?
Outdoors. Yeah, and we're hoping for some fellowship there and to bring everybody together. And I'm going to be there with the table to give information about Friendly Neighbors and the school project.
But it's also going to be a flea market. I mean, you're going to
Yes,
take donations of things, or are you going to have people
vendors.
set up their
Yeah,
table
we're going to
that
have the goal is to have vendors there, people who make things, sell soap, trying to get some Amish people to come bring some produce there, and there's going to be the proceeds. A portion of the proceeds are going to go to Friendly Neighbors. So anybody who would be a vendor, a portion of the vendor fee is going to go to Friendly Neighbors, as well as it will be a place, a drop-off point as well for things that people might be in need of. And as Shauna said, it's going to be a chance for people to talk, not just on Facebook, but to actually get to know some faces and introduce people and connect people. So when we were at the school today, because actually Shauna was able to get Representative Reese from our parish's, what's her name? Kim Schaefer. Yeah, met with Shauna, and she is very supportive of the plan. Now, in order to get to school, you're looking at a need of over $2 million.
Yes.
Okay, so your plans to get $2 million?
My plan is to write a lot of grant proposals. There are quite a bit of private foundations out there. There are people in this nation that have that kind of money, and they're just looking for a good cause to give it to help a community out.
And I would make a recommendation to you that you get some engineers to help you with that. Because in this renewable energy market, I'm telling you right now, you could get someone to give you a grant and have that building heated and air conditioned for minimum amount of money. I'm telling you guys that right now. That's why I brought that up. Everything that I do our ministry, when we work with Catholic schools, we get engineers that donate their time and take a project like yours and tell you the dollars and cents of what needs to happen there. That way you have no surprises, and when you go to get the grants, it's the money's going to real things that have been identified through an engineering group.
That's very wise.
So, and I drive by there. I know what I could do for that building to make it sustainable year round at the lowest per square foot cost. I already know it. I do it every day on these jobs that I work at. So, and I've got some resources there that I'm going to be reaching out and present this to them and say, hey, I need you guys to step up and put this system in. So, so it's, and in Pennsylvania right now, they're gung-ho over this renewable energy stuff. That's a public building that if you do your grant writing right, there's a good possibility they'll put it in there for you. I'm just saying, so I'm just bringing that to your attention that the engineering side of a lot of people do things like this and they forget how do we figure out the numbers of what we really truly need to build this thing forward and to sustain it for 30 or 50 years. And that's what we do. We give you that information, and then we know enough manufacturers to say, hey, boys, you're making a lot of money over here. Give us some equipment and slide it in. Another thing I would suggest is that you guys reach out to the unions. You've got 4 power plants in your area. They're all union run. There's a lot of good union skilled trade that would help you out in situations with the school and with people. There's a lot of good people, a lot of good men and women there that they know what it's like to be in tough situations because this whole area has been through it. So I'm just bringing that up. Sorry.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
And I know that were also hoping, God willing, if you were to able to get this school to have vocational training
Yes.
for
Oh.
people.
You're gonna love this.
No, we need it so bad. Believe me. That's great. Glad to hear
We
it.
have ideas for actually going to different companies and seeing if they would like to rent a portion of the school to train people in their trades, in their skills. Anything from gas wells, pool utility, climbing, maintenance, forklift operation, wide open.
Well, we could have a long talk about that on some things that we're doing. Because there's a big problem with the workforce that's with the young people that are coming out. They have no what we call hand the tool logic at all.
Right.
It is very, very bad. It takes us 3 years to get a young man and woman to a point to where they can think ahead.
Right.
It's very, very, very bad right now. So.
This is pretty much the spin I have on it. It's a win-win in every direction because they're going to be trained here. That means we have local people trained, certified in the skill. That helps with jobs around here, jobs for people around here. And that helps with training costs because you have companies that are hiring people on, not knowing if they're going to be able to keep them or not knowing if they can do the job, and that's a waste of money for the company. And then you have, our community is going to be getting better and better because of the more educated people in it, and they're going to be able to have more opportunities, and that's less people in need of fundamental needs that we're giving out the back door with donations. It's a win-win situation.
It's great, and again, I'd love to have a conversation with you another time because there's a lot of manufacturers out there that would love to show people how they can do things to their house themselves. Because that's another thing we do in our ministry. That people go to Home Depot and they buy something, but they don't know how to put it in. It's like we get calls from St. Vincent de Paul saying, "Hey, these people are trying to put a sink in." It's like, all right, we'll run over there. We'll help. We'll get somebody over there to help them out. So I'm just saying, and then. Because Home Depot is working with the St. Vincent de Paul in Cincinnati, and they're literally helping a lot of people out on this process, and in doing so, they're giving them stuff in order to help them. So it's just
I heard Home Depot, all of their material that is outdated, they are not allowed to sell it after they mark it down, and they would just get rid of it, and there's a fellow in Florida who actually bought a big warehouse and started bringing all this stuff in from Home Depot that he gets it from them. And then when there's people in need, he has the refrigerator, the stove, whatever, for this. I'm always having trouble with the name of the organization.
Friendly Neighbors.
Friendly Neighbors. So, but Carol, the diocese has grants as well for, what is that called?
They're community service grants.
Community service grants to the diocese of Greensburg.
Yeah, they give grants every year to various organizations in different areas that are meeting the needs of other people. So that's another source of possibility for funding. They're not huge grants, but they can be significant.
And the Catherine Mavis McKenna Foundation, which is the McKenna family, they are, they contributed to a church. They are very interested in community needs and community development. And the other resource is the Mellon Foundation. So this area, and Mellon look for educational things. They're very interested in education. Like they contributed to our building program in respect to the changes that were going to happen in school. So, that was the part of it that got them to be involved in our project. I was the chairman of the chapter for your church, so we were able to tap a lot of those sources for that.
That's wonderful.
So one of the things that we talked about today as we went through the school, and because there's a gymnasium there, there's an auditorium there, there's a big football field, and we were thinking of the Special Olympics. We were thinking of a place for children with special needs to come and to learn how to dance, to have social interaction. And this was confirmed by the superintendent of the Ligonier School District, who said that there is very little after school type programs for special needs children. And both Shauna and I, we were deeply moved. There was two little girls, the Lekovsky sisters, and the one little girl has cerebral palsy. She's wheelchair bound, and she maybe was 6 years old, and her sister was 8, and her sister didn't have any physical disabilities, and someone choreographed a dance for the two sisters to both equally, participate in, and the song is called Reflections, and you can see it on YouTube. It's absolutely, it's probably the most beautiful video I have ever seen in my life, and it's about 3 minutes long, and this little girl in the wheelchair, she is dressed like a queen. She looks absolutely stunningly beautiful, and she learned her part so well, where she has to turn the wheelchair, she faces her sister is a reflection of her sister's dancing is a reflection of what she's doing inside. It is absolutely spectacular, and they won a contest. And so it's a family, and they end up winning this contest. And so CNN did a little story on them. The video goes on YouTube, and there's over 100 million views in like the course of 2 weeks because it is so moving. So this is one of the things that really it speaks to me, is to give children like that an opportunity, and the facility there is absolutely perfect for accommodating, children and exposing them to these things, and it was just so beautiful. Did you see it? The video of the girls dancing? I'll have to show you that. So tell us, what do you think of all this? Why don't you sit up and tell us what you think about what your mom's doing and all.
I think it's really nice what she's doing, trying to help everybody, giving people a chance and hope to see what they can do for others. I think it's just wonderful.
How does she do it? Like, you got 2 other brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's a single mommy, and how does she have time to help other people? You guys must be pretty easy to take care of, huh?
No, we pretty much just take care of ourselves.
Oh, okay. You learn how to be independent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But even though we're independent, Mom still helps us with certain types of things.
Mm-hmm. Good. Well, you must be really proud of your mom.
Extremely.
Extremely. I thought so. So, Shauna, what else do you want to say about how people can get involved? What kind of help do you need? What can people do just to, at this point? I know it's still early, and there's so many unknowns about this.
Yes, there are. And I want to say that I think it is so wonderful how we end up in places we never thought we'd be. Like, I never expected to be in this room yesterday. And everywhere we go, we meet new people that give new insight and resources. It's just a matter of time before we find the funding to make our dreams come true. And I'm just so thankful for that. To get involved, the Facebook page is the best way, to see the needs on the wall. We also, it isn't just like tangible items. We also, that you can pay it forward with encouragement. You can pay it forward with a resource if you know of somewhere that can help somebody. just let them know. That's paying it forward just like anything else. Like my favorite saying. How's my favorite saying go? Come on, you know it. What's worth more than the grandest intention? The smallest act of
kindness.
That's right. Smallest act of kindness is worth more than the grandest intention.
And there's also one more thing I'd like to say. You see how many people are in Mom's group. You see how many people want to help other people.
Does it make you want to help people?
Kind of.
Is it contagious?
No.
Yeah.
So, and also, I don't know if you knew that actually that group Friendly Neighbors has actually helped a dog find a home. Did you hear about that?
No.
That stray dog. There was a stray dog that was taken in by someone, and the dog was really nice, but the dog needed a home, and so the dog found a home. Her name was Philly, and a very nice young lady took the dog in, and she also had another dog who needed company as well. So the two dogs were able to connect. So
that proves that my mom's group helps humans, and it can also help animals.
Yeah.
All acts of kindness, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
We had a situation about maybe a month ago that two dogs were lost, and they weren't even lost from this area at all. And here they were found up on 259, and they were found through Friendly Neighbors page, because these people found the dogs and took them in, and I guess they posted it on their individual Facebook wall, and somebody from my group saw it, and it was like right on the Friendly Neighbors wall. It had the lost dogs pictures and the found dogs pictures, and it was the same dogs, and they were like right beside each other on the feed. And I'm like, somebody get a hold of them.
So, well, anyway, thank you for watching. Please join the Friendly Neighbors group and get part of the revolution here. Go to Facebook and type in Friendly Neighbors. Sign up. Shauna will welcome you to the group, and you'll be, updated via the website on all the developments. So thank you very much. Thank you, Shauna and Gavin.
Yeah.